What's good, you guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Tamaria LaKay, and I go by Tamaria LaKay on all of my social media platforms. So follow me wherever you want to follow me. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that we can become further acquainted. But yeah, we're about to jump right into another storytime video. If you haven't seen any of my other storytime videos, just go ahead and watch them. But yeah, we're gonna get on the story time of me getting my first felony by robbing a store. Are you ready? Okay, so there is a story time of me telling y'all about a time I got shot by my ex-girlfriend, or one of my girlfriends, my first girlfriend. It's a whole ordeal, so you have to watch some of the other story times to kind of catch up and know what's going on. But anyway, so all right, so this happened like a few months after I got shot or whatever. I had got out of the hospital. I stayed with my stepdad for about a week or so, and then I decided that it was best for me to go and get a job and move back in with my girlfriend who had, shot me. And mentally, yeah, your girl was not there. So we moved back in. I get a job at a convenience store. I'm doing really good at this job. I got employee of the motherfucking month on the first month that I worked that bitch. You know what I'm saying? So it's a convenience store. You have to deal with cash, right? So they have this weird policy to where if your drawer comes up short, like it could be like 5 cents, like they're gonna put you on a write-up. Okay, maybe it's like a little bit more than 5 cents, but nonetheless it's like a really small amount to where I feel like somebody's not gonna risk stealing that amount to lose their job. So I had counted my drawer and it was short, like I want to say like $7, like $7 my drawer was short. No telling like what could have happened as far as like the miscount or if there was a mistake or anything like that. So after getting employee of the month, I had that slip up to where my drawer came up short, right? And they put me on a write-up. So when your drawer comes up short, the write-up is pretty much like, okay, if it comes up short again, you're getting fired. And I'm like, I need this job. I just got out of the hospital from losing my apartment from my girlfriend who shot me, and now I'm on the verge of losing my job, which means I'm probably going to have to move back in with my dad or, lose the place that I'm staying. So, I'm like, all this stuff going on in my mind. I'm like, oh my God, like I was panicking. I was like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? If it comes up short again, they're going to let me go. And I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm finna be on some 50 Cent. Whoever I was listening to that was thugging back in the day that had me feeling like I could legit go ahead and rob a store. That's who I was trying to be on. So this was my way of thinking. I was like, okay, so the store that I worked for was literally right next door to an apartment complex. So on the first of the month, everybody would come in and get their money orders for the rent. So I was like, okay, so around the first, this is when this is going to happen. I'm just going to go ahead, go to work, and then I'm just going to collect all the money that these people are coming in to get money orders for their rent. And that's pretty much, what I did. People was coming in to get their money orders to pay their rent, and we had these little smocks. So I would print out their money order for, whatever they needed it for, whatever amount. And basically, once the cash register would get so full with money, I would literally take that money and put it into my smock. So I did that all day for a whole entire shift. And then when my shift got ready to end, I printed off some money orders for me that I was going to go in cash. And the only thing I didn't do that I kind of... It sounds crazy for me to say. I wish I would have got some lottery tickets because I probably would. But yeah, I didn't get no scratch offs or no lottery tickets. But I took all the cash from that day, and I also took some money orders. And let me tell you what I did. So yeah, left that day, never came back. So it was pretty obvious that, since I didn't come back, like they didn't have no proof that I did it, but it's just, 1 plus 1 equals 2. All this money is missing from the store on the day you decide to quit. So to make a long story short, you know, they put a warrant out for my arrest, so I was kind of like a fugitive for some months before I got caught. So I took the money that I had stole from the store and went to Texas, got some weed, and caught myself trying to be a drug dealer. I caught myself trying to be a whole drug dealer out here in the streets. Well, really, I was just the investor. And then my girlfriend and my brother, they were the dealers and the muscle behind everything. But to make a long story short, I did not flip the money how I wanted. So yeah, it wasn't like a come up. It wasn't like, oh, I came up, you know, off of my lick that I called myself hitting. It was just like... took that money, bought some weed, and then just made basically the same money that I had before. Like, I made my initial investment back, but nothing more than that, because brother was smoking, girlfriend was smoking, I was smoking. So all of that weed that we was smoking could have been sold, and maybe we could have, you know, got a little bit more of a profit, but it didn't work out like that. Meanwhile, people coming in, or the sheriff, they coming and knocking on the door where we stay at, and I'm just hiding. Just hiding in the cut, like hiding. Let me tell y'all how I got caught. So around this time, I'm talking to... So this is like during a transition. I was breaking up with my girlfriend and getting ready to be with who's now considered my ex-husband. So I was kind of going back and forth between them. And I remember I was getting ready to go out for a weekend. Matter of fact, I had just met him. That's what it was. I had literally just met him. And he was like blowing up my phone because I was supposed to come and see him. But little did he know, like, I was getting ready to go out that day earlier. So I was out looking for me an outfit. And I made the wrong turn. There's like this street where it's like, don't make a U-turn right here, and I made a U-turn right there, and the cops seen me, pulled me over, ran my shit, and found out I had the warrant, and I went to jail, my boy. I went to jail. I was only in there for the weekend, then I got bailed out. So yeah, I was only in there for the weekend, then I got bailed out, but I had to, you know, go back to court because it was a serious case. It was a felony. So to make an even longer story short, I ended up having to pay like about 6 stacks in like restitution and fines and court fees and stuff like that. And baby, like when I look at my life and some of the things that I've been through, like my mistakes up into, you know, me getting to better places in my life, like it still like lines up to where like you just like, God damn, that shit worked out for me. Like it could have been a lot worse, but it worked out for me. But yeah, whole bunch of fines and stuff like that I had to pay. I had to get a lawyer. Ever since then, bitch, I ain't stole shit. But yeah, ever since then, a bitch has not been sticky fingers stealing nothing, because that was an ultimate lesson for me to learn in this life, baby, is not to play around with these laws, because your ass will end up behind bars, or your ass will end up having to pay a whole bunch of money. And so I'm just like, you know what? You ain't got to worry about me stealing no more. No more. Because, yeah, coming from that lack mentality, that poverty mentality, to the kind of mentality that I have right now, it's a whole different story out here. But yeah, I had robbed that store, y'all. I did. And I was in my early 20s. So yeah. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them down below. But that's it for this story time. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, share it on any of your social media platforms. And if you ain't subscribed, do that. And I'll see you. Oh yeah, and then the money orders. I didn't even get to cash them because they had put a stop payment on the money orders. So we didn't even get to cash them because we had waited too long before, you know, we decided to go ahead and try to cash them. But what had happened was I had got my brother and I was going to have him go and try to cash it. Of course, he was down with the criminal activities. He was absolutely down for it, but they had put a stop payment on it, so we didn't even get to cash the money order. So we just came out with some cash. You feel me? But yeah, like I said, that's it for this story time. Go ahead and subscribe if you ain't subscribed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.